What's up, people? My name is Bradley Grunner. I've been good friends with Arash for 20 years, and we met in, I think it was 1998 or 1999. Here we are, 2018, and I have witnessed my friend go through a complete transformation from discussing his plans for the Olympia and his bodybuilding aspirations over the course of about 18 years, getting into actually the competition side of it in the NPC, qualifying to be an IFBB pro. And I've seen, we used to work out together, we used to talk about his aspirations in bodybuilding. I earned a natural pro card recently also. It was just one show and life has hit me with the sun right here, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with bodybuilding, but I love bodybuilding. I'm still involved with bodybuilding. You can check out my Instagram page at mossmacros, and my website is mossmacros.com. That's MASMACROS.com. I also have a YouTube channel. It's Bradley Grunner. And you could see our Moss Macros podcast that my friend has been featured on several times.
That was a serious plug.
Yes. We're going back to my friend Arash.
How old is Nathan?
Nathan is 9 weeks old now, actually. He's wearing...
So basically, Nathan was born while I was in my Olympia prep. And I didn't get a chance to come and see him. So we're seeing him for the first time today.
Yes.
And he's adorable. He looks just like Brad. Beautiful baby.
Thank
you know, everyone, when a kid is born, everyone says, "Oh, your baby's so cute." But a lot of times they're not. And Nathan is very cute. Here, he's crying. I feel
that's all right. So
I came to catch up with Brad, see Nathan. Brad is a natural pro, and our buddy Stu is going to join us for dinner too. He's also a natural pro and a judge. And we're just going to go over, catch up. You know, I haven't seen them and go over the Olympia. You know, they were unable to come because, you know, he had Nathan, so he had his hands full. So just going to catch up and tell him about everything. We've spoken. I spoke to Brad almost every day in Vegas, but we haven't seen each other. So came here to see Nathan. We're going to go grab a bite to eat. We're going to take you guys with us. And we're going to answer some questions also. And Brad's got some questions for me too.
Right. It really, you know, as I speak to Arash, sometimes he knows I'm a sensitive guy, and we just go back so far. Bodybuilding aside, he's been there for me. He's bent over backwards for me. He knows that every time I discuss this, it's like, I've cried like a baby before discussing with him my thanks to him and being there for me, bodybuilding aside, family issues, life issues, personal issues. He's always been there, and he's a great guy and a bodybuilder. So there you have it. We'll go on and address some issues and questions when we go out to eat.
Camera, yeah, good stuff.
That's it, baby.
So we were streaming live on YouTube, and I guess I messed something up. And Louis Marco sends me a message on WhatsApp. He's like yelling at me.
Bro, your live stream is not working. What's wrong with you? Since you made a call, the live stream went off. Not saluted.
He's getting on my case.
Oh, absolutely.
Can we get 3 ice waters, please?
Sure.
You want some chips? So, after the Olympia, I told you guys, I've been doing keto, like basically no carb, very, very low carb, fat protein. One of the main reasons is it's easy when you're dehydrated and low carbs to blow up. When you start eating carbs and getting a little out of control and rehydrating. So just to keep in shape, keep tight, keep lean, and not blow up, I've been doing that. I've been eating a lot of nuts, a lot of nut butters, so I still make like protein ice cream with almond butter, peanut butter, ISO 100, protein powder. So it's enjoyable, but just staying away from the carbs. So I'm just gonna have like sashimi, maybe some salads and stuff. So Bradley Grunner, Moss Macros on Instagram. My good friend for 20 years, professional natural bodybuilder. And he just had a son, Nathan, 9 weeks old. I wasn't able to see Nathan because of the Olympia prep, and Brad wasn't able to come to Vegas because of Nathan. So we're just catching up tonight. Another friend of ours, Stu Yellin, is going to come over. We're just going to shoot the shit, catch up, talk about the Olympia, answer some questions, and eat some good food, hopefully. And try to get them to turn the air conditioner up here because my metabolism is going, and I'm hot as hell. It's hot in here. She didn't listen to me. She's like, oh yeah, sure, fuck you.
How did you feel after the Olympia? What do you feel about how it went down?
After the I was pissed off, you know? I was pissed off and I was embarrassed. I mean, I was second place last year and I was expecting to win the show, and I got fourth. And then I took a step back the next day and I was like, you know what, I was off. I was majorly off on Friday, and I got fourth. 1, 2, and 3, they nailed it, they were on. I was off. I think I can win the show if I was on. And, you know, so I wasn't as upset, and I was like, all right, I'm over it. And I got over it. I'm not one to kick and scream. And I was like, all right, next plan, next journey. Then I came back to New York, and, you know, some days are better than others. It's like, you know, shit, man. Just that 20-minute window, that 1 hour window, you know? What could I have done differently? And you beat yourself up about it, but that's the beauty of bodybuilding. It's an art and it's a science.
Right. I mean, well, honestly, I guess I'm biased because we were close for now. I want you winning. But besides that, to be honest, I mean, I've been following bodybuilding for a very long time. I mean, I think that when I look at you, it's almost like I'm watching ESPN from the mid-90s when it was filmed. Physiques from what I consider, everybody considers as a golden era. Like some people think that the 70s was a golden era, the 60s were a golden era. Me personally, maybe it's because that you and I started looking at the bodybuilding 90s and the mid-90s, I consider 90s bodybuilding to be the golden era of bodybuilding. I'm talking about physiques like, and look, I'm not an IFBB pro, but I'll say it just from a fan here. I am a natural pro, but I've been following bodybuilding for a long time. When I see his physique, I'm reminded of when it was like on ESPN, when we had people like Mike Francois, we had Flex Wheeler, Dennis Newman, Phil Hernon, Craig Titus, Jean-Pierre Few, if that's how you pronounce his last name correctly, you know, Nasser El Sambadi, Troy Zuccaluto, who else is there? There were so many people, Eddie Robinson. I mean, we had pros, and look, I'm not here to rip on anybody's accomplishments, but there were pros back then that would destroy some of the pros today.
All these guys watching are like 16 to like 24 years
Yeah, exactly. But I'm saying
nobody knows that.
Right, but I'm saying that Louis Marco, if you're watching this, I say hello to you. You will know the physiques I'm talking about. Nick Wright, also. Nick Wright knows bodybuilding from the past also. You see this video, you'll know the names I'm talking about. And go and watch ESPN bodybuilding. You will see the physique that this man has. This man has the golden era physique, which is why I believe the classic physique division is here, and that's what he has. And
thank you, brother.
Yes,
that's a compliment.
Yes, exactly.
Learn, guys.
Yes, exactly. If you look up Dennis Newman, you look up Craig Titus from the mid-90s, not Craig Titus when towards the end of his career, but you look up those physiques then, this man has it. And I want him winning, obviously because I'm his friend, but also I believe that he can win it. We all know our limitations. He doesn't bullshit me, I don't bullshit him. We got our limitations. He was off that day. The other guys, Bumstead was phenomenal, Brayon was phenomenal, George Peterson, these guys are great, but I believe that this man did challenge them, and they recognize that, and they are great. There's no question these men are genetically gifted, they're putting in the hard work, and that's what I thought from what I saw you. I mean, obviously you were telling me how you, let's say, felt better or looked better the day after, is that what you were telling me?
Yeah, I mean, I came a long way since last year.
Yes.
I mean, I improved a lot. If you guys look at my physique the past year, I've become a well-rounded bodybuilder, I think. My calves came up a lot, my quads came up a lot. I was very conditioned going into the show. My arms came up a lot. I think I'm very well-rounded. I'm not missing, I don't have a major flaw. A lot of guys are lacking something majorly. And then what's really important for classic physique is the overall look. Like Brad said, and on the live Amazon stream, they said it looks like Arash fell out of a magazine from the 50s and 60s. So, you know, it's the hair, the look, the skin, you know, everything together. So I think I came a long way. I think I look great. The days leading into the show, I'm happy. The days after the show, you guys see on Instagram, I posted, even the workout videos, getting back home at Bev's. Obviously, I'm not a shark because you're eating a lot more and a lot of fluid, but I look good. I mean, look, I'll be back, man. I'm not going anywhere. I love this shit, you know? I have a passion for the sport, so it's not like the first or last show I'll ever do, you know? Last year, I did Pittsburgh, I did New York, and the Olympia. It was a really long prep. It was like an 8-month prep. And my shoulder and bicep was killing me going into the Olympia. I wasn't doing lat pull downs, I wasn't doing lat presses, I was doing like training at 50%, but I had already developed and had muscle, so you couldn't tell on the Olympia stage. After the Olympia, I really stopped training for a few months, did a lot of rehab, got MRIs, got injections, So going into this Olympia, I was good, man. I mean, I was like 90%, 95%, so no excuse. My training was great. There's a lot of things I don't do, you know, but I'm also bodybuilding now over 20 years, and a lot of things I don't need to do. I trained hard and heavy for many years, so I'm not doing stupid shit now. Still training very intense and heavy, but really, really training by feel. Like today on the live feed, people are asking me, how many sets, how many reps? I don't know, man. I go in the gym and I just start moving and I warm up, and then I just feel it. I train by feel, I squeeze, I contract. I don't care what you do. This is Arash quote. I'm gonna get this engraved somewhere on a stone. I don't care what you do. It's how you do it. How you grip it, how slow you go, how fast you go, how intense you go, how heavy you pull. You know, what you do is not so important. If you do my workout, one of the best classic physique competitors, but you do it half-ass with no intensity and you don't push yourself, you're not gonna get as much as doing some workout that some Joe Schmo in the gym gave you if you give it 100%. So it's not really what you do, it's how you do it. And people say, what do you do for chest? Well, shit, there's only so many exercises for each muscle group, right? I do all of them. I run through all of them. There's very few exercises that I don't do. I change up my workouts all the time. I change up my grips, I change up my angles. So I do everything.
Right. I like what he's saying here also, because, you know, whether you do higher reps, you know, there have been pros who relied on really heavy weights. There have been pros that have, you know, gone batshit crazy with chasing the numbers like Ronnie Coleman, but then again, you have a guy like Jay Cutler who is definitely who was just as hard of a worker, I believe, as Ronnie Coleman. However, he relied on higher reps. Whether it's higher reps or lower reps, if you're increasing the reps and weight over time, you're doing good. And again, like he said,
I don't even think Jay was a genetic freak compared to a lot of guys today and compared to Ronnie. I think Jay had the mind and heart of a fucking champion.
He did.
Jay didn't have a great genetic. I mean, listen, any pro bodybuilder is a genetic freak. Any top 10 pro bodybuilder at Olympia is a genetic freak. But when we're talking about like Flex Wheeler, Ronnie Coleman, Phil Heath, Dexter Jackson, that type of genetics, Jay Cutler is not that type of genetics. He worked his ass off.
Right. Oh, how was the booth?
The booth was cool. You know, being at the Dietary booth was cool. It was nice seeing everybody. Seeing all the fans and stuff, you know. It was my first time meeting a lot of the Dietary fans. Give me one bikini roll too.
Bikini roll?
Yeah, give me a chili sauce on the side.
Okay.
Who would get a bikini?
Kanisada.
That's for him.
Everything is for me.
Yeah, that's all for that man.
I only order one seaweed sauce.
I think he got one too.
One for him.
Oh.
Do you need sriracha sauce?
Sriracha sauce? Okay.
Okay, so go on about the booth.
The pizza is not mine. The pizza was Bradley's cousin.
Brother-in-law. No, my wife and my brothers-in-law were eating that. Yeah.
That was very racist. Things I can't use chopsticks. Use me a fork. That's racist.
Perhaps.
How efficient are you with chopsticks?
I can skin a cat with chopsticks.
Could you?
I could eat.
You could pick up grains of rice with chopsticks, like Mulan
I'll
style.
show you right now. I could eat tacos with chopsticks.
Okay.
I was at the expo at the Dietary booth for a few hours, and then I was at the Amazon booth. And then the Amazon booth got really crazy because it was by the entrance. So people were just, it was a constant line. And then after that I went back to Dietary, and then I left after a few hours. I was there mostly afternoon. It was cool, man. You know, I didn't get a chance to see a lot of people though, like a lot of my friends, a lot of other people. I didn't get a chance to go to other booths and walk around. That's the only thing that sucks about like competing, you know? I'm a fan of the sport, I'm a fan of bodybuilding, I'm a fan of a lot of the people there too. I want to go to the booths and see people. I didn't get a chance to do that. Let's get you see?
Let's see this.
Well, did you go to any interesting places afterward? Any cool places in Vegas afterwards?
I was pretty much working every day. Photo shoots. I mean, I went to dinners. I went to, Friday night I went to Momofuku.
Is that
So there's this restaurant, it was in Vegas.
Oh.
There's in Manhattan too. Momofuku, and then next to it they have Momofuku milk. And Momofuku milk, they have like desserts and ice cream. They have cereal milk ice cream. I never heard of this before. Shit was crazy. They gave us a crack pie. This dense, hard pie. It was amazing. And this soft served vanilla ice cream. And it tastes like milk after you have a bowl of cereal. Fucking incredible. And I'm a cereal junkie. It was amazing.
Yeah. I heard the reviews about Momofuku.
Does it hit the list of top desserts you've ever had in your life?
Yeah. Yes.
That's when you know it's official.
Yeah. The crack pie was incredible, but the ice cream was even better.
Let me get my camera in there first.
All right, so we got a tuna bomb. It's literally a bomb of tuna. And no rice, sushi, salmon, tuna, avocado. Keto.
In the pancake.
You put on muscle.
Can you give me just duck and vegetables?
Actually,
Dog and vegetable, no pancake.
well, no, I don't have the shape of winner. I don't have the shape of winner.
Okay.
It's sauce inside.
Exactly. But this is like
Sauce on that side.
away from winner.
Okay, sauce is sweet.
This is
Okay.
gonna get you.
On the side.
But the piggy nut has the nature flavor. There's sauce on the side. Piggy nut, it has a nature flavor.
Yo, guys, be quiet for a second. This is really tough.
The Peking duck is the most popular one in Chinese restaurant. But it also has a sweet sauce on the side.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
you
there's
can
there's no sugar on the duck.
No.
All right, give me that vegetable.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The chips was a little flat there.
Finally, you get one without the sugar.
When we were in that fucking dressing room, that store we went
So
to,
basically,
you're like,
all the cooked
Yes,
food
exactly.
has sugar in it.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
know,
And I'm trying to stay keto.
I told you.
So if you don't
Yeah, I
ask,
want some.
you're screwed.
Dude, this
But
is-
all the sauces are like heavily sugared up.
But they're delicious.
So being on keto is high fat, so I was trying to do spare rib, but they're like thick glazed. How's he so damn skinny? Everything's got sugar in it.
Don't these guys understand what you're trying to do?
Not really.
No respect.
Keto.
Me and Brad were talking while this was going on. We were back and forth. I thought Brianna was going to win. No, I'm going to be straight with you. I thought you were going to take second or third based on whichever structure they went for. Because your structure and Bunsen's structure are very, very different. He's a big, big, tall guy.
Yes.
And that's not usually a good thing in the sport. If you had dialed everything in, if you were tighter than him, and this is more important, if you were fuller than him, and you could have been fuller than you were,
I don't think.
then you would have been the guy
I don't
fighting for the
think
top
the
spot.
I don't think the package I brought was good enough for second. I think I am good enough for first. But prejudging, I was off. I think Bumstead has a really, really nice look and great shape, but he's not as well-rounded as Breon and myself. You know, I think Breon checks off all the boxes. Conditioning's got all the muscles developed. But I think me, if I'm on, I'm bigger, I'm very symmetrical, I'm very pleasing, I don't have any major flaws. Look, man, I was just off, I was just shot, I was burnt, you know. Now in retrospect, I look back, I think I was dehydrated. So if I hydrated more, I think it would have been harder. But at the same time, when you hydrate more, you spill. A lot of people keep asking me, like, what's your protocol for the last week of Olympia? Or what do you recommend for peak week? It doesn't work that way. I don't do any protocols for anything in my prep. What I need today, based on my body today, is what I give it. So what I did the week of New York Pro, Pittsburgh Pro, 2016 and 2017 Olympia was all different. Some there was more water, some there was less. Me and Chris look at my body and see what it needs. You know, so we play hour by hour. I could say I should have done this, I should have done that, but, you know.
And I mean, I know that was tough. I know we went through a lot of the past year issues with your shoulder.
No, not burnt with that.
Well, no, I'm just gonna say, because there was like half the year where, you know, like coworkers of mine who follow the sport are like, dude, is Arash getting ready for the Olympia? And I'm like, to be honest with you, I don't know. I don't know, and I never wanted to put pressure on you saying, dude, because again, I mean, look, one of the PTs you were seeing, my freaking brother, is looking out for you as my, not as his client, but as my friend, you know? So last thing I wanted to do was any pressure, any added stress. I got the vibe that, and I could be wrong, I got the vibe that you kind of when you felt like, okay, I'm doing this, I'm doing the Olympia, you felt a little late to the table. And I felt you put a lot more pressure on yourself. I think you could have been in better conditioning earlier out. And I think, and I've mentioned this to Brad, I've read stuff where, you know, they talk about if the muscles are, I don't want to use the word traumatized, but like, you know, stressed a lot. This is why I don't have guys do cardio that last week before a show. You're not going to carb up as well. Now, that's a very specific, this is going to inhibit that. But you take all that stress together.
Yeah, all the variables
think,
together.
You know,
when
again,
you stress, when you tax a body really, really bad, it takes a longer period of time to come back to life. You know, you can't just bounce back. Being injured 2016, I stopped training for a few months. Yes, I felt like I was behind going into 2017, but I had, before my 3-4 month prep, I had about a month of training. And I improved a lot and I felt good. I feel like my diet, it was not 3 months. I didn't do a 12-week prep. I did it 4.5 months of clean eating. So in the off season, when everyone was eating burgers and pizza, I was already dieting and I didn't do any cheat meals. I did refeeds closer in the diet, but I started dieting and eating clean really, really early. Thanks, man. So I was good. You know, my shoulder was good. I wasn't injured. The training was going good. I caught up. And my conditioning was there. What was really weird, like I always tell you guys, like my body's always different every prep. I guess just being bigger, having more muscle mass, I hold more water. So this prep, I didn't look grainy and shredded at any point in the prep until like the last 2 weeks. So I kept on looking at myself and like, am I behind? I knew I wasn't. I knew I wasn't. If I just manipulated a few things to lose the water, which is what happened in Vegas, and you saw my conditioning come through. I was just holding a film of water throughout the whole prep, which really shouldn't matter. It doesn't matter what you look like, it matters the progress, but it messes with your head sometimes. But I knew that I was making progress. My glutes were coming in, my hams were coming in. Some days it was worse than others, but I did hold a lot of water this prep, and you saw it come off on all the Instagram pictures about 2 weeks out. Starting here in New York at Bev's, and then in Vegas. In Vegas, it was a big, big drop, because I started doing cardio outside, and those morning sessions of bringing out the clothes where Nick videotaped, it was like 3-4 pounds of water. But you know, that was wearing like a couple layers and walking outside in Vegas.
Also, if they rejudged you at night.
Oh yeah, yes. I mean, at night I slept. Look, Thursday, we already went over this in the, if you guys want, I don't want to go over the same stuff again. Watch the Olympia wrap up, where I'm in the Bev's posing room talking about it. No excuses, it is what it is. Thursday, the day before, was a really hectic schedule for me, so when you dehydrate yourself and you bring yourself really, really low water content to make weight and also just to get dry, that's fine, it's no big deal. It's stressful on the body, but you want to just relax, you want to lay around. I was out and about, running around Vegas, so it was exhausting. And then when you get your body to near exhaustion and dehydration, it takes X amount of fluid, X amount of time, X amount of rest to bounce back. Thursday night, I didn't get back to my hotel till 1 a.m. I woke up at 4:40, 4:30, 4:40, because you know the show's at 10. You want to wake up 4 or 5 hours before, so you're awake and you start eating. You know, so you know I can't make the excuse. All the other guys had the same schedule, but some guys were already at weight or underweight and they were able to eat on Thursday. I didn't eat Thursday till 6:10 p.m.
Your show here, man.
You gonna see a show?
Yeah. All right, check it out.
Hold this for me.
Should we do the douchebag point? One of those photos? Let me see. Let me take a photograph.
Mr. Olympia contest 2 weeks ago.
He doesn't know who Mr. Olympia is.
I'm explaining, man. Everyone knows Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? Arnold Schwarzenegger. Big contest.
Stu, how's it look?
Good. You look like you just had a wonderful meal of sushi.
Yeah?
What are we trying to figure out? How many weeks out you look now? Like I gotta say, weight aside, okay? I don't know what the hell you weigh. I mean, I know, but I'm pretending I don't. Wow.
There's nothing strange about posing outside of a restaurant.
You know what? He's not doing anything strange than anyone else is out here. Well, you got veins running through your freaking hams, man. Not strange at all.
No way.
Nope.
Oh, I'm half naked all the time. This isn't weird for me. Shoot the guys watching.
You can never keep your shirt. You look tight. You look tight.
What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Not bad, right?
I don't.
Nick, what? Shoot a little, go in that action.
Where?
Parking lot right here. Just go stand over there.
No, not with the owners here.
Don't worry, I don't. What are they gonna do? They just served me Peking duck. Jesus Christ.
Such an ass.